Let's now talk, viewers, about a ray of hope. Another vaccine that has been approved in India by the Drugs Controller General of India as of yesterday, when an emergency nod was given to Hyderabad-based pharmaceutical company Biological E's coronavirus vaccine CORBEVAX for children aged 12 to 18 years. Now, this is India's third homegrown COVID-19 vaccine and will be administered in 2 doses from what we understand so far. This, of course, is the third vaccine approved for use in children aged 12 and above in India, joining Zydus Cadela's DNA shot Zycov-D and Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Prior to this, of course, the CORBEVAX vaccine had received an emergency use authorization from the DGCI's Subject Expert Committee for the 12 to 18 age group, subject to certain conditions, according to reports. The EUA was recommended after reviewing the safety and immunogenicity data of the clinical study of CORBEVAX in children and adolescents. Joining us on the broadcast, we have Manohar Kesri, my colleague who's with us. Manohar, if you can hear us, we're given to understand that now India has given emergency use authorization to CORBEVAX. CORBEVAX, of course, is the third such vaccine to get approval in India for children aged 12 to 18. By when can we expect, Manohar, for the vaccine to be rolled out in the country?
देश के लिए बहुत अच्छी बात है, खास करके उन बच्चों को, क्योंकि तमाम अलग अलग राज्यों में स्कूल लगातार खुलते जा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी स्थिति में इस वक्त कोर्बेवैक्स को जिस प्रकार से इमरजेंसी मंजूरी मिली है, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि अब केंद्रीय स्वास्थ्य
All right, there seems to be a connection issue with my colleague Manohar there. We're going to try and fix that. For now, let's also rope in Dr. Anil Arora from Sir Gangaram Hospital, who's also joining us on the broadcast. Dr. Arora, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. If I can just begin by asking you, sir, how much of, a positive news is this that is coming in of the CORBEVAX vaccine that is now going to be administered, that has now been given emergency use authorization approval to children aged 12 to 18 years?
Yeah, thank you, Paridhi, for having me on your show, and good morning to all the viewers. I think it is a welcome relief for the school-going children. If you look at the Western and developed world, they have already taken over the vaccination of the pediatric age group, and hence, based on that, most of the Western media and Western world has been trying to ease out the restriction of the COVID-19. So once your children have been vaccinated and have adequate protection, I think they should get back to the role in terms of joining their physical, social and mental activities in the school, and the introduction and EUA of the third vaccination from Biological E is a welcome relief. We have a total of around 7.4 crore children in that age group, and they will need 2 doses at an interval of about 1 month each. We should remember that most of our children have not been vaccinated. It is possible that a substantial chunk could have been exposed during previous, very devious waves of Delta and the Omicron viruses. But fact remains that since a number of children have not been vaccinated, they are still prone to infection if and ever the virus mutates and tends to get on to the people who have not been vaccinated. I think with vaccination, which has been authorized by the government of India, we should be liberally using it, while we will urge all children in that age group, especially the parents, to tell their children about the utility, as has been seen by its protective efficacy in the adult and the old age group, and all of us in that age group should get vaccinated.
All right, Dr. Arora, if you can also help us understand, as far as administering the shot to kids is concerned, of course, the only vaccine that is currently being administered in India is Covaxin. But now, we have CORBEVAX that has also been approved. So, do you think that some sort of a mix and match can also happen? Do you think that children who have already been administered Covaxin can be given, let's say, a third dose of the CORBEVAX vaccine? Is that a possibility?
Theoretically, yes. But if you look at the logistics of vaccination, you see the reason this concept of mix and match came in was because of the limited supply of a particular vaccine. If you look at the total quantum of the vaccination which has been given in India, 88% is from the Covishield, that is Serum Institute of India, in the adult population, only 12% by the Covaxin, because the Covaxin has a limited manufacturing capacity. So unless you are forced to do it, it's not good to mix and match. So the government of India has taken a conscious decision. Now, since our manufacturing ability has gone up, with Covaxin will be able to manufacture about 5 crore vaccination per month. And going by those logistics, if we have now 2 vaccines which will be competing with each other, I don't think we need to mix and give the vaccination to the children, because mix and match needs to have enough scientific proof that will be further delayed if we continue to experiment and do the tidbits in that region. I think we should do what has already been documented. At least in children, there is no advantage, and we should not be doing a mix and match policy unless there are constraints of availability of the vaccination because of the inadequate manufacturing capacity. But I think NTAG has taken a good decision. They have calculated the way the vaccine will be manufactured and will be available onto the shelf, and I don't think we'll be pushed to do a mix and match policy.
All right, Dr. Arora, if then you can help us understand, what the way forward should be for administering vaccines other than Covaxin to children aged 12 to 18 years. How do you think, we should go on and administer vaccines such as CORBEVAX that have now been approved in the country?
Yeah, Paridhi, I think we should understand, especially in the children age group, you should never underestimate the efficacy or the side effects of the vaccination. If you look at the various type of vaccination which have been approved by DGCI in India almost 8 months back, our scientific committee which overlooks this, which tends to look at the scientific and the safety aspects of the vaccination, they took all the pains, they went into the meticulous details of the safety concerns, and then only they gave the emergency use authorization. So just because the vaccine is available does not mean it should be pushed in the mass vaccination program. You have to be really concerned about the efficacy and safety of the vaccination. Now, efficacy is proven beyond doubt. What remains is the safety. And it is only once our scientific committee, which was trying to look into the details of the safety, that was convinced that it is a safe vaccination, has it given the emergency use authorization certificate. So now we have at least 2 vaccines which are already available, and third, Zyco-COVID-D also is likely to come also for maybe even younger than 12 years of age. We may end up after a few months covering up even our children between the age of 5 to 12 years. For the time being, I think we have enough vaccines which are available, 2 vaccines, Covax and CORBEVAX, for vaccination of our children, which are in the tune of about 7.2 crore in totality, 12 to 15 years of age.
All right, Dr. Arora, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, sir, with all of those updates, of course, now.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.